President Bush may in fact lie awake at night worrying about interior decorating. You may remember his last attempt at window dressing, that banner reading "Mission Accomplished" hanging from the rafters of the USS Lincoln on May 1st, 2003. Our number one story in the countdown, and now the Drapes. In between attempts to link them to terrorists, Mr. Bush has of late spent much of his time attempting to link Democrats to premature jocularity, specifically of redesigning in their minds the offices of the House Majority Leader and the various committee chairmen. But just as when the president insisted, quote, 177 of the opposition parties said, you know, we don't think we ought to be listening to the conversations of terrorists, and then the White House couldn't even name one, let alone 177, this whole idea of democratic drape measuring does not really hang together. In this extraordinary election year, there has been no shortage of wild and unsubstantiated claims. You see it in the campaign ads.
Ron Kine spent your money to study the masturbation habits of old men.
You see it in the debates.
Look in the camera and tell the people how much time you spend doing your job.
Your time is up. You're making it. You can.
And yes, even from the president himself. And this time, it's about the Drapes.
As a matter of fact, some of them in Washington are already measuring the drapes for their new office. They're up there in Washington already kind of picking out their offices and measuring the drapes. Measuring the drapes. People start measuring the drapes. Some of them were measuring the drapes. They're measuring the drapes. My new office looks beautiful. I think I'm going to have this size drape there, this color.
But are Democrats actually preparing to move in? Are they actually picking out colors and measuring drapes before the American people make their will known? We decided to find out. So using the Google and the new Telehorn, we tracked down a few Washington, D.C. draperies, the very stores that would have to supply the very window treatments for an incoming representative or senator. Each declined to be on camera for this report, so here is a reenactment of those Telehorn calls.
Washington, D.C. drapery store.
Yeah, hi. I'm wondering if any Democrats have been in your store looking for drapes to decorate their new offices.
No.
Well, how about like Jack Murtha?
No.
Like John Conyers?
No.
How about Nancy Pelosi?
No.
Okay, bye.
Based on this research, one might call the president's claims a finely woven silk and taffeta fib. Others might say a simple rhetorical device. Luckily, responsible journalists have avoided turning these claims into talking points.
Democrats are practically in the Capitol building right now, measuring for drapes.
They picked out the drapes.
Picking out their furniture, picking out the drapes.
The media seems giddy right now. Everyone's picking out drapes and carpet colors. You made the statement that your opponents, Democrats, are picking out the drapes a little bit too early.
That's right.
Well, on the talking points, maybe not so much. Surely, however, the president's claims do not come without a healthy heaping of irony. After all, he is well-versed in prematurely adorning government property. And to his credit, he does know a thing or two about the decorating responsibilities inherent when changing power.
I wasn't even sworn in yet, and a fella called me on the phone. He said, what color rug do you want to have in the Oval Office? Turns out that you just got to know presidents design their rugs.
And when the rug decision, his first decision in office, became too much for him, the president punted.
I said, Laura, how about helping design the rugs?
Thus, this investigation yields the ultimate enigma. Will the Capitol Hill curtains, chosen by Republicans, remain on the windows, metaphorically thriving in concert with the Oval Office rug of the president? Or will the Democrats seize aesthetic and legislative control, providing a decorative adversary to Mr. Bush's floor cover? In short, come this November 7th, will the carpet match the drapes? The decision, America, is yours. What about shades or blinds? Is anybody going to think of the blinds? It's countdown for this, the 1,277th day since the declaration of mission accomplished in Iraq. A reminder, tomorrow night, hear a special comment how the president's distortions of the remarks of Senator Kerry and the continuing attempt to link Democrats with terrorists have violated the code central to our country's history and our purpose. Tomorrow night here on Countdown. I'm Keith Olbermann. Good night and good luck. Our MSNBC coverage continues.